Taylor Swift fans aren't too happy to learn after Ticketmaster is canceling tomorrow's planned general public sale for tickets, saying they don't have enough tickets. We're going to get into that discussion tonight here at 10 o'clock. Great to have you with us. Let us know if you're seeing any snow in your area, because we do have some snow showers falling. And the other story we're going to talk about are the emotional support animals that are beginning to show up on Indiana college campuses in big numbers we haven't seen in a while. A preview of a special report that you'll see tonight on the 11 o'clock news coming up as we say hello to Felicia and Angela on this Friday Junior.
I know. Good evening, guys. We're excited. We're excited. I mean, there's nothing you can say, Angela, that is not going to take the magic of Friday away.
Okay. Not even single-digit wind
No.
chills?
You know.
Did you dig out that heavy coat?
I wasn't expecting her to say that.
Single-digit wind chills are never fun.
No, it's just going to be cold tomorrow. And thinking about all those high school football players, well, it's down to semi-states. We don't have, too many playing, but we've got a couple local schools. I believe Cathedral's in. HSE is in.
You okay? I think you're right. Roncalli, maybe.
Remember the others, but
Calabria will have the battle plan tomorrow.
But is it going to be chilly for Friday night?
Yeah.
You will need the heavy coat. And I've got a friend, by the way, traveling back from Chicago along 65, and he texted. I'm sure it voice texted, so not driving text. He voice texted that there saw a couple slide-offs up near Remington. So that Remington is just north of Lafayette along Interstate 65. I've got a camera to show you. It's obviously dark, so it's not showing a lot.
Oh, I see enough.
But you see, so there's a little coating of snow, and I can't figure out if that there in the distance, those are some flashing lights. But just be aware where we have these pockets of snow, much like last night, it's quickly sticking and quickly causing some slick spots. So here's the movement of the snow showers. Basically from northwest to slightly southeast. I'm going to give you a couple of local views. This area of steady snow is approaching I-70, so we're going to be a little concerned in this area west of Plainfield to Greencastle to Brazil. Those darker areas in blue indicate the steadier bursts of snow. And again, it doesn't take much, as we saw last night, to cause lots of problems on the roads. We are east along 70, and then in between 70 and 69, a few bursts of snow approaching Winchester. So that would impact 27 north-south in our eastern viewing area. They're not dealing with a coating or a dusting, but they are dealing with feet of snow and the potential for additional feet of snow. I was watching NBC Nightly News this evening, and they were forecasting 3-inch per hour snow rates. Like, for us, an inch an hour is a lot.
Right.
Of course, we're talking about Buffalo.
Who has that?
Buffalo, New York.
And they're used to heavy snow, but maybe nothing like what they're seeing with this latest storm, right?
Potential for 3, 4, 5 feet of snow. And I tweeted earlier there were some lightning strikes within those snow bands. Thunder snow coming off Lake Erie. We've got the perfect setup for lake effect snow, Arctic air over the warm waters of the Great Lakes. And that's the reason we get lake effect snow, and they're going to be really digging out. It's going to be interesting to see some of the video coming out. Now, Future Track 13 shows our snow showers kind of spotty between now and about 3, 4 in the morning. Might have a few linger into the morning drive, but just be aware these bursts of snow might be enough even for a few slick spots for the morning drive. And then here are those single-digit wind chills out the door tomorrow morning.
We're going to have to embrace that.
Or sleep in and have an extra cup of coffee.
Yes, we will. I don't know. This is impacting gym plans.
Are we back on that?
I know we are back on that.
Workout may be in jeopardy.
I know. I keep trying to be extremely ambitious, and then this happens.
When is this class? Is this class a Monday, Wednesday, Friday class?
It's Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I try to make use of the other days at the public gym.
Okay.
We'll see how motivated Felicia is when she gets up and feels those single-digit wind chills.
And I feel bad. So Rosie, I know I've talked about, she loves to walk. And I'm just curious, how cold is too cold? We talk about, and when it gets this cold, you never want to leave your pet outside or in a car and, for any length of time. But I don't know how to tell her, honey, it's too cold to walk.
Also, hurry up and go to the bathroom.
Do your business and get back in here.
We don't have all day.
Hey, speaking of all day, This is what Taylor Swift fans have been doing.
All day.
They've been spending all day trying to get concert tickets. So here's the deal. So Taylor Swift's got this new album out. She's got this new tour that starts in March of next year. She's not coming to Indianapolis. She's coming to Cincinnati and Chicago doing this big stadium tour. So all the Swifties are trying to get tickets, and
I
they're
love that you just used that word.
I'm dropping Swifties.
He's so with it.
Oh, my grown-up girls, they'd be so proud of that. But so the Swifties are trying to get tickets, and yet they're going on Ticketmaster, and they're waiting hours and trying to get it, and in many cases, unable to get these tickets. So here's a little background on what's happening out there with Taylor Swift fans.
This is the biggest concert of my life!
Taylor Swift's fans across the country in a state of desperation after the Ticketmaster website appeared to crash during the pre-sale for the singer's upcoming Eras tour. But not all the fans got lucky.
Ticketmaster takes the $490 out of my account, but it crashed.
Best believe I'm still bejeweled when I walk in the room.
The return of the pop star to the live stage causing turmoil, with lawmakers questioning the dominance of Ticketmaster as the country's largest concert promoter, also arguing that the recent setback for the pop star's fans is only a symptom of a larger problem. Senator Amy Klobuchar in an open letter to Ticketmaster's CEO saying she has serious concerns about the company's operations. Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez taking to Twitter saying, daily reminder that Ticketmaster is a monopoly. Its merger with Live Nation should never have been approved, and they need to be reined in. Ticketmaster's response: there has been historically unprecedented demand, with millions showing up to buy tickets for Swift's tour.
Didn't want the ticket prices to be over $20.
Complaints about the company's monopoly power go back to 1994, when the rock group Pearl Jam filed a complaint with the Justice Department's Antitrust Division, saying Ticketmaster has a virtually absolute monopoly on the distribution of tickets to concerts. The complaint was later dismissed.
Okay, so the thing that Ticketmaster decided to do today is that they said tomorrow's general public sales for tickets is canceled because they say they don't have enough tickets.
This is
so
not the
that
time
is
to be
creating a big issue. And this whole Ticketmaster Live Nation merger that took place 12 years ago, I guess, still is being debated as being a monopoly and is causing these fans unable to get tickets at a reasonable cost or get them at all.
Yeah, I feel like we kind of have two topics here that we're discussing tonight. Not only are we talking about, the lack of technology failing and, people's money possibly being in limbo, like, did it go through? Do you have my money? Don't you have my, do I have tickets? Don't I have tickets? What's going on? Not only do you have that, but then we're also talking about the pricing of tickets.
Right.
Yeah.
How much is costing? I mean, if you have been to any Ticketmaster event recently, you can see those fees, they add up really fast.
Yes, they do.
Sometimes it feels like it's almost as much as the ticket, like
Right.
you might be paying double. And so, I mean, it's a call for transparency. It's a call for, investing in better technology. They did say this is unprecedented. So, but also they're saying the general population could be left out. Hey, let me tell you, Queen Bee, there's no way you're keeping me away from the bee.
Comes out, that's right.
That's just not happening.
Did she give too many codes? Like, does she have too many fans that got the codes that then caused the problems yesterday and today with those pre-sale, and now the fact that there aren't enough tickets for the general public?
Yeah, good question.
And
she
then
hasn't been out in, 5 years, I guess, at this point.
Yeah,
right?
which is another reason why this is so
there's
big.
high demand.
And you usually they end up adding concert dates when they see it be so major like this. And Taylor Swift, where she's at now, too, this is also another analysis that speaks to her fan base, because her being a little bit older, she has a fan base that has grown up. And I still think parents are like, oh, I can take my daughter to this concert. I can take my girls here. So I feel like she's getting now an array of a fan base, like a variety of a fan base in terms of her, the ages of the fans spanning a couple of decades.
Yeah, oh yeah, because I took Grace when she was here.
Yeah.
And was, probably
It's a long
6
time
or
ago.
7, 8 maybe.
Yeah.
8 at the most.
Yeah.
And she's 19. So it's been 10 plus years since she's been here. And you have those fans that have grown up loving her that continue to want to watch her. And you're right, she's got new fans too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But with all this mess, why are you not coming to Indianapolis?
Right, you're missing the best city.
No, it is disappointing. This is a stadium tour. You wonder, did Lucas Oil Stadium have conflicts, have other events. I don't know. They're hitting, Taylor Swift is hitting Cincinnati, I think, in early July, and Chicago Soldier Field in June. So this apparently for the Midwest would be a summer event. So I was thinking about Grace when she went to see Taylor Swift.
Ed Sheeran opened. That shows you how long it was.
Yeah. So my daughters went to one
And
of the...
he's amazing.
And he's
now.
a major
I just
star.
got excited for Ed
And he's a
Sheeran.
major star.
He's
good, too.
exciting in his own right now.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Both my daughters went to a Taylor Swift concert here in Indianapolis. They called me on the way home, and this is years and years ago. Dad, I touched her hand. Because apparently she kind of wandered out on the stage, and my daughters were down there.
That is exciting.
Oh, I mean, they couldn't have been more happy. But
No,
a lot
are they
of
still
Taylor's-
fans of Taylor Swift?
They're still fans, but they're both moms now. So
Yeah.
you know, I don't know how that.
See, Grace
changes,
isn't
but
as much. And I believe
Yeah.
it was the Red Tour, because I think we bought a Red
right.
album.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
So let us know if you've
I
had
don't think it's
difficulty
played
getting
anymore.
tickets to a Taylor Swift concert in Chicago or Cincinnati. Let us know what your thoughts are about Ticketmaster, Live Nation, and the merger, and how it's affecting your ticket buying. All right, we need to talk about the other story that's really an interesting one. So Sierra's got this really cool story tonight at 11 o'clock about emotional support animals. Been a lot of talk about mental health on college campuses, and Sierra's finding out that a lot of dorms are now across Indianapolis campuses are now accepting emotional support animals, and it's not just the animals that we might think.
A cat or a dog?
It may not be just a cat and a dog. Here's a little bit of Sierra's report.
Well, most are dogs or cats.
These are the clamps that hold down her lid.
This one has scales.
This is Twilight.
Twilight stays curled up in a tank until Mackenzie Shadrack takes her out for a cuddle.
She's a sweetheart.
Mackenzie says the low-maintenance serpent helps her deal with anxiety, depression, and PTSD.
How do you think college would be for you if you didn't have Twilight here?
A lot more stressful. Harder, definitely. This past week I had a real bad episode, I'm not gonna lie. Twilight helped me a lot through that. So this week we're going back to classes.
Most people do not think that a snake is an animal you go to for comfort.
Yeah, I grew up around snakes, so I've always been like used to them. Comfort is like a childhood thing, I suppose.
I had never ever thought of a snake being an emotional support animal, but for this this young student who's grown up around snakes, that's what makes her feel good.
Well, and you think about it, it might be kind of like a hug, you know? Yeah.
Right.
I don't know if that, I don't even like turtlenex anymore. So I don't even want, I don't even think like, I can't do that, let alone a snake. But, you know, if that's what she grew up with, you know?
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Each his own. I mean, we were having this conversation in the newsroom because some of this sounds completely outrageous, but it's more so what that animal is able to provide, what it means to that person. And so we already know that people who have dogs, the science says that they live longer, they have higher boost of endorphins, so less likely to be depressed or have other mental health issues. So why couldn't, if something is bringing you joy, why could it not?
Yeah, and we're empty nesters, and so having Rosie, you know, we waited a couple months after Chewy passed, but we knew our house was just too quiet, you know, and she really does bring, you know, life and joy, and she has this way she walks, it prances, and it just, it makes me happy. I told her that on the walk. She doesn't talk back. But I did. I looked at her. I said, "Oh, you just make me so happy." And then a neighbor was like, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm like, "Oh boy, here I am talking to my dog."
If she ever does talk back
I will
to
let you know.
Let us know.
So you can watch Sierra's story. Important topic. So you're going to meet these animals that are more than just a pet, coming up in her investigative report on emotional support animals.
And anything more
Really
interesting
story.
than a snake?
Tarantula.
Really?
A tarantula is being used as an emotional support animal. So we're going to see that story tonight at 11, so you'll look forward to that. All right, so we have some snow showers tonight.
We do. So we'll check live Doppler 13 radar for you one more time. It's not quite as widespread as last night, but these little pockets of snow are going to be just enough to stick and just enough to cause problems. Again, I had a friend alert me that there were a couple slide-offs along Interstate 65 up near Remington, which is north of Lafayette. So just be aware. I'd set your alarm clock a few minutes early to check in with Chuck. We'll have weather and traffic for you on Sunrise at 4 a.m. just to get you through your Friday morning. These snow showers won't last all day tomorrow, and then we really focus on the cold temperatures for lows in the teens and wind chills that will near single digits, if not close to zero. by Saturday and Sunday mornings.
A lot of folks joining us tonight on social media. Joe is with us. Daniel, Troy is with us. Ralph saying, no snakes.
No snakes.
Yeah, I'll pass.
Emery is joining us tonight. BP is with us. Joyce. Troy, I mentioned. Renita says, nope, no snake for her. And so anyway, we want to thank everybody for joining us tonight at 10 o'clock. We're with you every weeknight, 10 o'clock right here. Thank you again for joining us, and we'll see you in 45 minutes over on 13. Good night.